அனைவருக்கும் இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். I know I'm the last speaker. Most of you would be very hungry for your lunch. How many of you are hungry for lunch? How many of you? Yeah. So I won't take much time. So I come across very varied industries. I have bought 5 or 6 slides. We'll try and make it much more interesting on your very, very hungry time. First question I wanted to ask you, how many of you believe that technology is complex? How many of you believe technology is complex? I can understand this, I cannot understand this. How many of you believe technology is complex? Gentlemen, I thought Coimbatore is more energetic people. I know you're hungry for lunch. How many of you feel technology is complex? It's not complex. How many of you have your smartphones? All of you have smartphones, right? How many of you smartly use applications? Half the crowd has dropped the hand. Yeah. So this is a very clear example that technology is not complex. Technology is very, very simple, and we ourselves make things more complicated. And technology complex is a myth. There are a lot of technologies which people use around the world, which are very, very simple, but our belief is that technology is very, very complex, but it's a myth that technology is not complex. This one slide. Did not put my slide? Hello? It's not working? Possibly I was not aware how to use it. Could be the answer. Somebody can help? Yeah, sure. So how many of you have your own websites? Let me ask this question. 50% of the crowd have your own websites. How many of you sell through your websites? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10% drop in the entire thing. How many of you do not own a website of your own? Okay. Done? Okay, so before my slides come, let me take you through some of the learnings that I've got. Recently I read very, very interesting thing that in Japan, monks are available online for delivery. What does this mean for all the entrepreneurs sitting in here? What does this mean for you? Monks are available for delivery in Japan through Amazon. What does this mean for all the great entrepreneurs sitting in here? Yeah? Old monk. No, unfortunately it is a 30-year-old monk. What does this mean? All the entrepreneurs. When I read this, I thought I want to do a lot of R&D on this and try and see on a personal level to figure out what change is happening in that space. Could anybody guess? If anybody guesses, I'll give my credit card to you. Yeah? Robo? No, it's just a human being, 30 years old monk. You just order, he come to your home, he does a prayer for you and he moves out. What is that? What does it mean? So what does it mean? You cannot be sitting on your existing thought process of doing business the way you did 10 years back, 15 years back, 20 years back. You would have to get connected to your people. You would need to get connected to your customers at the availability. But if the question is, does the monk have his own website? Answer is no. Does a monk handle all complicated transactions, complicated connectivity? The answer is no. he simply used an effective way of being available for his line of business. Now, how many of us have thought about on this particular line? Today, we believe that if I have to do something online, I need to keep everything at my space. I need to learn everything. I need to keep everything, at my own place. Only then it is possible. The myth is that you don't need to own anything in the way that the world is changing and the way that the space is moving around. The second good example that I saw is, how many of you know today Indian monks, Indian spiritual gurus are available online? You can see their discourses online. How many of you are aware? All of you. Let me ask this question. If this monk who used to believe sitting at a tree and giving you free Gyan sessions can think of being loud in the way of changing business, is he doing it or not? Is he doing? Where are we now? A monk has an ability to get connected on Facebook. A monk has ability to go on Twitter, Google+, Hangouts, using WebSpheres to show online creation, to sell his books, to sell his CDs. I think he's a bigger entrepreneur, a bigger SME. Unfortunately, they can't get listed because of various reasons. Otherwise, you could see them, being listed, and the most profitable organizations today are the monks. So this is what is happening. And I was reading one of the article done in 13, 14, 14, 15, Tier 2, Tier 3 SMEs. They went to some people and asked, what are the reasons that, why is that you are not being able to adapt to the changing environments? 70% of the people said it's complex, it's not available in Tier 2, Tier 3, and there is less amount of manpower, there is less amount of skills in Tier 2, Tier 3 regions, and because of that, they are not able to get connected. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, recently in 2015, KPMG and Snapdeal had done a study on SME and as well as MSME through KPMG. The study found out, says that people who are listed under Amazon, Snapdeal, and various Flipkarts of the world, 88% felt their balance sheets moved from 0 to X plus X, in multiples of X. What does this mean? What does this mean? None of the MSMEs had their own websites. None of them had their own complex services to make them available online. They simply used the existing resources which was available and get adopted to the new environment. And I see today, I saw one more very, very interesting article. I do not know how many of you know this Chai Wala. How many of you know Chai Wala? Somebody from Bangalore here? Only 1, 2, 3. Chai Point. None of you, a guy who sells, tea, comes out with a good call center number, comes out with good variants of services, and he gives you all flavors, and also he delivers tea in a small, non-tetra pack, which can have a heating capacity of 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and he uses his supply chain basis wherever his manpowers are available. And he simply uses a technology of finding out where his supply chain is available. Is it complex? Absolutely not complex. The bigger challenge, I personally speak to a lot of people, and I've been part of a lot of organizations from Infosys to these Flipkarts of the world, because we tend to keep to a lot of people. And some of these SMEs that I speak to, MSMEs I speak to out of curiosity, why is that you don't adopt? The first thing that they say, sir, adukla yaar sir kaas poduvanga. Thevayillada kaas sir. It is an unnecessary investment of technology, unnecessary investment of time. Ladies and gentlemen, and all the great entrepreneurs sitting in here, if you do not capture your customer feedbacks, if you do not capture your customer comments in a much more structured way, you having invested a good amount of money in business will not take you to the next level. And it's on, yeah. So I'll just finish it off. So one of the very interesting story that I read in Tesco, I think some of you will know Tesco. This is, all these things are available with us. நம்ம திருவள்ளூர் வந்து 1300 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடியே சொல்லிட்டு போயிட்டார். In one point, ஒன்னே முக்கா வரியில he has closed the entire world and went. So what Tesco has done is, whenever you go and buy a product, this is specifically to some people in the FMCG space, he goes and buys a product, and he captures the customer behavior so well that there is a girl who went to buy a shop, and it started capturing the buying capacity of the person, and they realized that this woman is a pregnant woman, and she started buying diapers, clothes, everything for that, and they started sending specific newsletters against that. I can offer you diaper at this percentage, I can offer you, baby clothes at this percentage, and this father got so pissed off and said, how can you send such kind of letter to my daughter? How do you know she's pregnant? And he came to the store, and he made a big kiosk. It's a real story. And after 8 months, the father realized that the daughter was pregnant. And he came to the store and he said sorry. So what does this mean today? Most of the entrepreneurs, including telcos, in our country at least, I see that the customer voices are completely lost. It goes to some part of the mailbox, it goes some part of the trash, and we do not document that. As a telco, we can help you in getting it documented at a very, very seamless, and cost is very, very negligible cost, and that helps your business go to the next level. This is something that I wanted to keep. Today, the government also has taken a lot of measures on making it broadband at minimum of 512 kbps and 2 mbps in most of the cities. You have Wi-Fi's available, you have dongles available, which can help you get connected to your database. What as a telco can do is, we can help you get connected. You have the innovative thought, you have your data stored, we help you connect two pieces in multiple forms. So this is what I spoke about. Lack of vertical specific solutions, and most of the MSMEs or SMEs feel the ROI is not there. My only humble submission is, when you buy a machinery at an X price, please look at technology also, that you're investing to gain some amount of data which you will be stored, which will help you one or the other form to make it handy for you. This is what I said, that in Japan, Monk is available. This is what, this is more related to Coimbatore sense I talk. I only found the greatest adoptability of a technology, a guy who does not mean to run a business, who means a service, can adopt to it. You being the most, entrepreneurs, ex-generation entrepreneurs, I think you should adopt to it. And this is what the chai point that which I said. It's just small pack, and he brings in innovation. He knows where his employees. The last one is this. Even cow shit is available online today. Cow dung and also the cow urine, which is sold in bottles. Is he a better entrepreneur than us? Is he a better entrepreneur? The cow dung cakes are available at 400 rupees per kg. Are we anywhere lesser than all of them? Are we anywhere lesser than all of them? So we are greater, but only thing is, we take it for granted. This is my learning. This is my very, very personal learning, that I'd spent a lot of time in finding out what is the difference that these guys make. I thought I could share this with you. So some are the other way that it would be beneficial. So this is what is the last adoption which we have seen. The last GBS summit that we have seen. One of the two takeaways that I learned from the last GBS summit, which happened in Delhi with most of the interesting leaders. Whenever you want to adopt to technology, the bigger mistakes that everybody makes is that they don't have a blueprint. They simply go and invest money on the platform. They realize that this platform is not meaningful for them. So don't do that. Don't overboard on technology. It's a contracting statement to what I said. Don't overboard on technology. If you know your appetite is eating 4 idlis, take only 2 idlis, 3 idlis, then slowly move into the next level. Identify the impacted areas in your existing organization or process. Fix only that particular element of it, and adopt to the changing dynamics. If a monk can go online and be connected everywhere, if a chai fellow, I mean, this tea shop is something very, very interesting and very close to my heart, because we see tea generally is put a bench, newspaper kalla varum poi saaptachi vada saaptachi mudinju vachu. But this guy is a very, very interesting entrepreneur who took it to the next level. And last but not the least, if you're thinking of technology, think of us We can help you connect from any part to anywhere, and we can ensure that we can take you to the next level. Thank you. Thanks for all your valuable time. Have a good evening.